Hey guys, already got the first order for tonight to get these wheels to move, and got an order from DoorDash, $8.50 for 4.7 miles. So we're gonna go in this restaurant, check in, hopefully it's ready so we can get these wheels to moving. Hi, how's it going? Good, good. Pick up for Anthony and DoorDash.
26 even, please.
Cool. Perfect, thank you. All right, guys, we are going back in. DoorDash wants the last 3 characters of the order number, and this is the restaurant that takes the receipt off the order, so I don't have it. We're going back in. They're gonna have to give it to me so I can proceed. I don't know if you can find this number anywhere. I tried looking within the app, but I don't see it, so I definitely need that receipt. We are going in, so hopefully they can provide that to me. Hi, I just picked up an order for a customer and they took the receipt off. Do you still have the receipt? Because I need the last 3 digits. You guys don't leave the receipts on the back no more?
No, we keep it there. Unless you have 2 orders, we don't.
Oh, because they're starting to ask for the code.
I know. Yeah. Unless you have 2 orders, we give it.
But
we'll give the code.
Okay, what's the last 3?
4, letter A and 1.
Okay, cool, thank you. Oh man, guys, so this is the restaurant that likes to take the receipts off of the order, and I ran into this before, but I didn't get asked the last 3 digits, so it was like fine. But I had 2 orders, and I had, well, one of them was from here and one was from another restaurant, so I had them mark the bag, because if you have multiple deliveries, it's nice to have, you know, the receipt. Anyways, the owner's in there, and I'm like, you know, you guys used to have it on here. You guys don't do that no more. He says, no, not unless you have 2 pickups, probably from their restaurant. But that's a pain, because I'm gonna have to remember to confirm pickup when I'm leaving here, just in case they ask me the last 3 digits, because I had to go back in there. So that is a total pain. I don't know why they're doing that, but they took the receipts last time I was here off the bag, so kind of frustrating, because I got to go back in there. I have to kind of remember when picking up from here next time to hit the confirm. Anyways, let's go get this dropped off to the customer. They are in a house, and where, let's see here. Oh, and it shows the picture, which is nice. I do love that they're doing that. You can spot, especially if it's like an apartment complex, you can spot it out, especially if they have, like, you know, something hanging on their door, which this person does. But let's go get this dropped off. It totally like throws you off. It's like, wait a minute, I need that code. 11 minutes, 4 miles. We are on our way. All right, guys, easy drop off. So after I got out of that neighborhood, of course, there was some declining that had to be done. $3.39 for 2 miles. That is an absolute no. It was for PF Chang's, and sometimes there's a little bit of a wait, so that is a no-go, just way too low. Ubereats tried again, $7.32 for 2.3 miles for Chick-fil-A. Way, way better. We're gonna go over to Chick-fil-A. I actually passed it when I got the order, so I got to kind of flip around. There's a lot of traffic out here tonight, but it's right back that way, so it shouldn't take me very long. So we're heading there now. Alright guys, got the order. So this is my Chick-fil-A to where there's kind of like a barrier. I'm sure you guys seen it. Usually there's somebody manning that barrier that will hand the orders out to the drivers. Well, I see what looks to be my order sitting back there. and I'm standing there, you know, patiently waiting, but I'm looking around, seeing if anybody's coming. Couple employees made eye contact with me and kept going amongst their business, going to the back, whatnot. So I'm like, okay, maybe they don't care that I go back there. So I go back there, check, and it is my order. I grab it. Nobody said anything. Nobody seems to care. So we are good. Let's go get the customer's order dropped off. 6 minutes, 2 miles. We are on our way. Okay, you have lights on your neck? Okay, yes. 1 second. Doorbell's on. I'm like, thank goodness he didn't come out and grab your order. There you are, and there's your drink. Have a good night. You too. Thanks. All right, guys, this was an interesting drop off. So this particular drop off was a meet at door. And what I like to do with the meet at door is I will message a customer that I'm on my way so they can be prepared that I'm coming. When I arrive, I will message them that I have arrived. Usually, you know, that gives me a little time to get the food out. They're ready, they're at the door. Sometimes they're walking to my car as I'm walking to their house. It works out perfect. So I did that in this situation, message the customer I'm on my way. Also message them when I had arrived. I hear nothing, I see nothing, so I proceed to the door. It's kind of like a duplex. One of the neighbors look like they're home. The one that I'm dropping off at doesn't look like they're there, but that doesn't mean anything. So I ring the doorbell and I'm like waiting, and it just doesn't seem like anybody's there. I don't hear anything, and sometimes customers forget that they put meet at door, and sometimes they don't mean to. So I just left the order there, took a picture for my records with the food and the address in the photo for proof that I did indeed drop it off at the right location, and I was messaging the customer that I left their order by their front door, so I have proof of everything. Heading back to my car, about to pull out, and I get a phone call, and I'm thinking, okay, this is interesting. I just messaged a customer that I left the order at their door. I wonder if they input the wrong address, whatever. You know, I'm going to answer the phone and see what's going on. Sure enough, it's the customer. He's telling me he is down on the corner. And I'm like, I just dropped your order off at the address that's in the phone. It was just odd, and he said that he's walking down the street now. And first of all, I'm not meeting anybody on a corner. I don't even know if you guys can see around me. It is pitch black on this street, pitch black, rainy, and the corner's kind of dark. And you know what? Now thinking about that, I actually passed the house and had to flip around. I didn't see anybody on a corner at that point, but it's like pitch black out here, and I wasn't even really looking for anybody on a corner. Granted, I'm not meeting anybody on a corner. It's dark out. So, you know, I'm not moving. I'm sitting right where the address is. I have my hazards on, and he tells me, are your lights blinking on your car? And I'm like, yes, because I have my hazards on. When I drop off or I'm looking for a place, I always turn on my hazards. I want to be seen, you know, at all times. Let the neighbors know, let the customer know, hey, I'm here to do a delivery, I'm working. So he tells me that he's walking towards my car, and I'm like sitting here, okay. Anyways, I tell him, is that you? Do you have lights on your hat? He must have turned on his lights on his hat. I didn't see him if he was on the corner earlier. And he's like, yeah. So I go and grab the food by the front door and hand it to me, and he's like, you know, apologizing for the address thing or whatnot. But I'm just like, interesting. I've had that happen to where it was like neighbor pinpointed their neighbor's house type of thing, but not down on the corner. I don't know. Very interesting. It could have been an honest mistake, but I'm not meeting anybody on a corner. Absolutely not. It's dark out. And you know, here's another reason. 2 things that you always need to have on you is some sort of protection, which I do have with me, my pepper spray as well as my flashlight, of safety purposes. Number 2 is making sure you have some sort of recording going on, and I recently have been testing out a body cam. I do have the link in the description if you are looking for a body cam, and it works excellent at nighttime. I've tested it out, has a bright light on it. That way you have full footage of all the action like this transaction. Not saying that he's gonna say he didn't get his order. I mean, he can clearly see my camera on me. You just never know. You always want to protect yourself. Don't ever let your guard down. Most people out here are nice and honest, but then you get the occasional ones that aren't, and in those situations you definitely need to protect yourself. Anyways, and I'm also thinking to myself, I had rang the doorbell on this door, and the customer could have, if, you know, they wanted some food, they could have came out and got the order, and he would have been out of food. That actually happened to my husband. It was like 2 houses next to each other, and the address, he couldn't really tell which was which, and this was like in our early days, and there was a pole on what looked to be the neighbor's property with the address on it. So my husband thought it was the right address. Well, anyways, he left the food there, gave a knock, and the food went into the house. The lady said thank you, and my husband gets a call going down the road that the customer's wondering where his food was. He was really upset. My husband's like, I dropped it off at your door, blah blah blah. My husband went back, talked to the customer, and sure enough, his neighbor had taken the food. I guess the customer went over to the neighbor's house to try to get his order. She wouldn't answer the door. It was and that was in the early days, years ago, kind of chaotic. But anyways, you always want to protect yourself in these situations. Just a funky one. Let me know if you guys have ever had anything like that happen, where the customer is telling you to meet them on a corner or something bizarre. But again, I'm not going to no dark corner. I'm going to the address that's stated in the app, and especially it is dark out, it is nighttime. Absolutely not. Always got to look out for yourself, always got to be on guard. You just got to protect yourself in all cases. You just never know. But totally threw me off because, you know, I'm delivering to the address that's in the phone, and it's dark out here. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of this neighborhood, see what else we can get these wheels back to moving. Of course, it throws you off, and I'm just like, I am not delivering to anybody on a dark corner. All right, we're getting out of this neighborhood. All right, guys, got another order lined up, got back into where all the restaurants are. $6.43, 1.7 miles for Mod Pizza. They're usually really good. When I go in here, the order's usually ready. We're heading there now. Thank you. Desi H with Ubereats.
Yeah, that's right here.
Cool, thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. No worries. All right, guys, finally got my order, but usually Mod Pizza is pretty good about checking in with the drivers, you know, or telling you they'll be with you in a moment. That was not the case tonight. The employee that was standing next to where all the orders were sitting, because there's orders on the shelf, was in his own world. Finally, I had to say something to him, and then he apologized at the end. I got my order, but the other employees, you know, were just doing their own thing. But usually the guy that's, you know, putting the pizzas in the boxes and stuff usually will tell you, hey, I'll be with you in a moment, or hey, you know, who are you here to pick up for? Nothing at all. He looked at me and went back to doing what he was doing. I'm like standing there where the orders are, and I'm giving him a moment because I'm thinking he's in the middle of something. But when I seen him just opening boxes and setting things up and not really doing anything with the pizzas, that's when I had to say something. But didn't have to hang out very long because I finally said something that got my pizza. Anyways, let's go get this customer that ordered 3 minutes, 0.8 miles. We're on our way. All right, got me a mini stair workout. Had to go to the 3rd floor. Orders dropped off. All is well. But this apartment complex is one of my least favorites. Now, back in the day, this thing used to be a pain. GPS put me within the vicinity, actually on the other side of like these garages. I kind of went around, found the building, what I thought to be the building, but it's like dark out here. And you know, the numbers for the building are so small, you can't even see them. And once again, my mini high-powered flashlight has came in handy again. I was able to find the numbers and then verify that I was on the right side of the building, because it's like a few different entrances for this building. But yeah, one of those ones that it brings back memories from back in the day of how much a pain this thing used to be. Things are a lot better compared to how they used to be with the GPS, at least putting you within the vicinity, sometimes right at the exact building, which is super helpful, but you always got to verify with your eyes because sometimes the pinpoint can be off. But if you are needing a lifesaver light for these nighttime deliveries, again, you guys have heard me talk about this flashlight so many times. It saves me all the time, and it's tiny and it's actually super high powered. Link is down below in the description. Also, as I've mentioned before, if you're not doing this already, you need to be tracking your miles. We have tax season around the corner, and writing off your mileage is a huge tax deduction. There is an app called Solo that does that, plus so much more. You can input expenses like if you bought a hot bag, phone holder, dolly, anything that helps you get the job done. You can put that in the app to make sure you get it written off when it comes to tax season. It also will help you estimate your state and federal taxes. In some cities has guaranteed earnings. Just a ton of things for us gig workers. Shows you the best times to work. If you are interested in checking out Solo, trying it out, I do have a 14-day free trial link in the description. If you do decide you like Solo and you sign up for one of their subscription plans, do keep in mind also the subscription plans are a write-off because you are using Solo for business use. But if you do end up going with one of their plans, Solo ends up working out for you, and you sign up for one of their plans, you will get a $10 bonus. You just have to have your Venmo or PayPal account linked to get that $10 bonus. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys right here. It is Tuesday night, and tonight has actually not been that bad. Tuesdays can really be a hit or miss. Usually I don't drive on Tuesdays, but I'm like, I'm just gonna go out, see how it is. It's busy out on the street, but people are ordering, which is nice, keeping me busy, which I do like. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Always so much appreciate you guys riding along with me as always. And of course, if you did enjoy the ride along, do give the video a like, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. Bye guys.